Hello, everybody. I hope y'all can understand me. I'm mobile when I talk, so I'm gonna try to take my time. Okay, so my grandfather, James Fallon Sr., was born on March 5th, 1939, in Monroe, Louisiana. His parents are Agnes and George Fallon Sr. My grandmother, Helen Deleuze Fallon Page, was born on June 24th, 1941, in Derwent, Arkansas. Her parents are Mariah and Willie Page Sr. My grandparents first met on one summer day in Monroe, Louisiana. When on a break from high school, my grandmother was there visiting her auntie, who happened to live in the same neighborhood as my grandpa. He quickly went over and introduced himself and asked her on a date. Later, he would make the drive to Arkansas often to visit her, and they were married a couple years later. They went on to raise 4 children: James Jr., Daryl Sr., Belinda, and my dad, Bruce Alvin Fountain. My dad was born on July 28th, 1965 in Monroe, Louisiana, at Conway Memorial Hospital. The #1 song in the country at the time was "I Can't Help Myself" by the Four Tops. And the price of a gallon of gas was 31 cents a gallon.
Where is that at now?
My grandfather wanted a better life for his family, so about a year later he left the family in Louisiana and traveled west to find a job. And later he was sent for his family to rejoin them in San Diego. My granddad was a very hard worker. He worked multiple jobs on multiple shifts all at the same time. Growing up, my dad and his siblings participated in the sport of judo and karate. Immediately, my dad became a champion and a leader of the judo team at 8 years old. And my uncles and auntie also became champions as well. The family traveled nationwide, competing in various tournaments and winning in all the tournaments. They went to places like Indiana, New Jersey, Colorado, Arizona, Las Vegas, San Francisco, and many more. My dad attended Patrick Henry High School. During his 10th grade year as a sophomore, he then met his best friend, Mark Barnett. And they are still best friends to this day. My dad said 2 of them had never, ever had a fight in over 35 years. But my dad said he is sure that he could take Marty out, even if he started something. Laugh out loud. During his high school years, he met a lot of good friends, many who he today still keeps in touch with. As a senior at Patrick Henry High School, he met my mom, Athena Hassan, who was a sophomore. In his own words, he thought that she was a beautiful chocolate tenderoni with an attitude. He thought that she was kind of uptight and was quiet and conservative while in high school. My dad was loud, high-spirited, and always jokes. My dad graduated from high school in 1983. The #1 song in the country was Billie Jean by the great Michael Jackson. And the price of a gallon of gas was $1.24 a gallon. On one summer day in 1986, my dad was working as a stocking and receiving clerk at International Mail in Miramar. During that time, my mom was a school bus driver. She was also going to nursing school. Since school was out during that summer, She was offered a job through a temporary agency. They sent her to my dad's job. When my dad saw her, he thought to himself, that's that little chick, that little chocolate tenderoni from high school. So he then said, "Lady, what's the move?" He stepped to her as if he could take her to lunch. Asked her if he could take her to lunch. She immediately said no. She said, "Why would you take me to lunch? She never tried to talk to me in high school." And then my dad quickly said, "I was a boy then, but now I'm a man."